only been a week. The rush of being home and rapid fading, failing to recall what I was missing all that time in England. Has sent me aimlessly, on foot or by the help of transportation, to knock on windows where a friend no longer live. I had forgotten. And everywhere I go, there's always something to remind me of another place in time, where love that traveled far had found me. We stayed outside till 2, waiting for the light to come back. We didn't talk, I knew, until you asked what I was thinking. Until you asked what I was thinking. Brave men tell the truth. The wise man's tools are analogies and puzzles. The woman holds her tongue, knowing silence will speak for her. Brave men tell the truth. The wise man's tools are analogies and puzzles. The woman holds her tongue.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, first, thank you for coming out in such large numbers. Thank you for the warm welcome. So I thought about it coming in. And I want to thank you too for the support West Virginia gave me to enable me to serve as president. And I want to thank those of you who are out here supporting Hillary. I'm more grateful than I can say. The first thing I want to say is, let's get the politics out of the way. You can still vote early till May the 10th, and I hope you will. And if you don't, I hope you'll be there May the 13th. We've got people here in the back for the campaign. If you are so inclined, you want to make a few phone calls or ask a few people to help, we need a big vote in West Virginia, and you know it. Don't believe all this media hype that your vote doesn't matter. I had a few rules in politics when I was in, and I did reasonably well following those rules. And she won 61 of 67 counties and won a big victory anyway because of people like you in places like this. And then I got really tickled that her opponent said, well, Hillary's going to win Pennsylvania, and I'm going to win North Carolina, and Indiana will be the tiebreaker. Now when he said that, they thought they were going to win there by 7 points at Borders, Illinois. 30% of the voters are in the Chicago media market, and she got outspent, listen to this, 4-1 on television. And she won anyway because of people like you in places like this. So I want to tell you why she should be president. What happened now? In this decade, after inflation, median family income is $1,000 lower today than it was the day I left office. Now, meanwhile, the cost of health care has doubled, the cost of college is up 75%, The average debt of a college graduate is 50% higher. Energy costs are up $2,000 a family. And this year alone, the average car will cost $450 more to operate, and food will be $250 more expensive per family, more if you got more to feed. And that average is way low for West Virginia, because the more you drive on hills, the more that money's going up. And you already got almost $4 gasoline here. So, what we need, and what Hillary offers, is a strategy to rebuild the middle class and reclaim the future for our kids that deals with the short-term emergencies and the long-term challenges. And you should do both. America is a future country. You've got to look at the long term, but you've got to get there to have a long term. So let's look at the jobs question. Number one, she's got a plan that starts with 8 million jobs that cannot be outsourced. 8 million new jobs. 3 million fixing our infrastructure, our roads, our bridges, our rail lines, our water systems, our sewer systems. They're in bad need of repair. It'll cut down on everybody's energy bills if the roads are more efficient, if we can take more commerce by rail. All that stuff can be done. You can't outsource any of those jobs. You've got to be right there where the stuff is. Number two, she wants to adopt the only strategy that other countries and our income level have adopted that have created middle-class jobs. And that is, let America make a serious commitment to energy independence through homegrown clean energy and energy efficiency. You know, most of it's generated from corn today, but that's the least efficient way to do it. The only way they do it, the only reason corn's used to make ethanol, is that it's cheaper to turn into ethanol than anything else. But it drives up the price of food and drives down the quality of the soil. You can take the leavings of every farm crop, the leavings of every timber stand. You can take any kind of open field grasses, or the garbage in the landfill. And the great thing about this for a state like West Virginia is you cannot put that stuff in a pipeline, which means you have to produce it every 100 to 150 miles. You think of all the rural counties in this state that have not had any production jobs.